Hello. Okay, next tutorial. This time I did a gouged out eye effect. And this makeup is part of my 30-minute effect series where I do the entire makeup in 30 minutes or less. Much like when I did my shattered glass trauma effect makeup, which I'll pop on the screen there and description bar below if you wanted to check that out. So yeah, if you'd like to know how to recreate this makeup, stay tuned. Okie dokie, so to start off with, I'm going to talk to you guys about the prosthetic that I'm going to be using. So this prosthetic, which I'll show you closer up in a second so you can get a better look at it, is a left gouged eye foam latex piece. So as you can see, it's super tiny, but it has fabulous thin edges to make it easy to blend. And the reason I chose the left eye is actually because I'm right-handed, so because I'll be blocking out one of my eyes, it's easier for me to apply makeup to my left eye. So I got this fabulous little prosthetic from Mostlydead.com, which I'll pop the link to that website on the screen there. And if you did decide you wanted to get one of these prosthetics, if you enter the code Pinkstylist20, when you get to the checkout, you'll get 20% off your first order, which is really nice. I like using these prosthetics as part of my affordable effects series where I take a relatively inexpensive prosthetic and I make something out of it. This actual piece in particular is about $15, so that's not too bad. And the reason why I'm using a prosthetic this time instead of doing it out of the kit, because I could theoretically do this with latex and tissue, is because I've seen so many people get this wrong. And I don't mean bad, I just mean from a health and safety standpoint. And using liquid latex and tissue that close to your eye, obviously if you do it right, that's fantastic, brilliant, but I think it's a lot safer for me and easier, to be honest, to teach you guys how to do this. I can also cover that method later on if you wanted me to, but for now I think this is the better and safer route. Plus, to be honest, it's going to look a lot more realistic. So to apply my foam latex prosthetic, I'm going to take some Prosthetic, which is just a really nice prosthetic adhesive, and taking a cotton bud and some of the adhesive, I'm going to apply that just to the edge of my prosthetic. I'm not going to apply it to the middle because I don't want to stick this down to my actual eyelid. So the adhesive itself is actually going to only go around my eye, it's not going to touch my eyelashes or my eyelid at all. And there's no need to pad underneath the prosthetic with tissue or anything like that to hold my eyelid down because it's quite thick in the middle, so it should hold everything down nicely. So I'm just going to apply some Prosthetic to the edge of this prosthetic, leave it a couple seconds to get tacky, and then we can start applying it. So then, when that's all stuck down and nice and dry, I can take some more Prosthetic on a cotton bud and I can apply that to the edge of the entire prosthetic, just rolling away lightly so that it seals the complete edge and blends it off into my skin. Then, when that's all dry, I can start colouring in the edge of the prosthetic so that it blends in with my skin tone. So, as it's only a small area, I'm going to be using some Kryolan TV paint sticks. It doesn't really matter too much what you use because, to be honest, with this kind of look, you could use a lot of fake blood, and fake blood is very forgiving. But I'm going to be using these Kryolan TV paint sticks. I'm going to be using 1W and 3W, just dotting that around so the lightest shade and a medium shade. And they're just really nice thick creams, so I think they're going to go over this quite nicely. So I'm just going to literally dab those colours in random areas all around the prosthetic until it blends off into my skin tone. But as I said, we are going to be using fake blood later, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So there we are. Then I can work on colouring in the eye shape itself. So for the majority of this, I'm going to be using a Kryolan bruise wheel, and this is the kind of thing that, in my opinion, everyone should have in their kit as like a base, because you have no idea how handy these things can be. So with this wheel, I'm going to take the dark black, almost blue colour, and I'm going to apply that just to the edge of the eye, and I'm going to blend it out a tiny little bit. It just makes it look a lot deeper than it actually is. Then taking the red cream from this wheel, I can apply it in the fake eye socket itself. Then, going back to the dark blue-black cream again, I'm going to apply that going around my eye, starting in the corner, and I'm going to blend that away just to add a bit of bruising in there. I can then take the yellow from this bruise wheel and apply that around the outer side. Then, again, I can take the red cream from this bruise wheel and I can start applying that in quite large areas around my entire eye, blending the colour outwards. I'm also doing the same thing in random areas, but I'm not blending it out with the darker blue-black cream again, just to add a bit of more harsh bruising around the area. I mean, I say harsh, I mean, look at it. Then the super fun bit, I'm going to take some Superstar fake blood. This is their stage blood, and I'm going to apply that in the fake eye socket itself and then stipple the blood around the whole area. Then, taking a small paintbrush that has really stiff bristles on it, I can mix some of the fake blood with a tiny bit of water just to make it really runny, and I can apply that to the end of the paintbrush and I can spackle the colour all the way around the eye area. Then of course it wouldn't be theatrical enough unless I had a big trickle of blood or two coming out of the eye, so I'm going to take a heavy amount of fake blood on quite a big fluffy brush and I'm going to apply that in maybe the fake tear duct and the edge of the other side of the eye, and I'm just going to let it fall naturally down my face. So then, the next few steps are completely optional really. I'm just going to make this side of the face a tiny bit more battered because, to be honest, if you're going to have your eye gouged out, you're going to have some damage on this side. So I'm just going to literally take my bruise wheel, take the blacks, the yellows and the reds, and I'm just going to do some light bruising on this side of the face and maybe just some random areas of the face just to tie it in a bit so it doesn't look like I'm wearing an eye patch. Okie dokie, so I had a little bit of blood under my nose, I had a little bit of blood on my lip, my eyebrow, I had a bit more bruising around the top of my head and under my eye. I only spent about maybe less than 1 minute on this, so it's only just to tie in the eye, so I hope that's okay. The thing with this type of makeup is to resist the urge to apply a shed load of blood. I know I've applied a fair amount of blood, but if you apply too much, you end up losing most of the detail you've worked on. So I think the only thing left to do now is do something with my hair, maybe change my clothes, and we'll see what we've got. And there we go, that's my look, officially complete. I was going to pop a contact lens in this eye just to make it look more red and more bloodshot, but I think, to be honest, it would detract from this eye, and to be perfectly honest, this tutorial is mainly for this side of the face, so I left that out this time. Please do excuse my hair, I just popped it up so it's off my face so you can see the makeup better. I didn't change my clothes in the end because I have to remember this type of video is an effect tutorial, it's not necessarily a character. But if you guys were to do this makeup, I suppose you would bloody up your clothes and add some fake scratches on your body here and there, that kind of thing. This makeup ended up taking just a bit more than 33 minutes, so a little bit over 30 minutes, but hopefully you guys will allow that. Obviously, if you guys did something like this, you could take a lot longer and make it look a lot better, but for the purpose of this series, I like to keep them as simple and quick as possible. So yeah, that's my tutorial. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if there's any other type of trauma makeup you'd like to see me cover in my 30-minute effects videos, because there's plenty more I could do. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye guys!